The Morning Show with Ken Lundberg on WSJM.
71 degrees now in Benton Harbor. It's 71 in St. Joe. We've got 72 degrees in New Buffalo. And I think I see sunshine out there on the WSJM Enchanted Forest.
Yeah, it is sunshiny.
It looks beautiful out
I think Carrie Peugeot said we'll pretty much have it the whole day today.
Yep.
So if you felt yesterday was disappointing, today should be a cleanup for that.
Today should be very nice. Although, isn't it just like the weather? Because we had the rumbles of thunder all afternoon long, the gray clouds, the torrential rains from time to time, the heavy wind, the high winds, whatever. And then all of a sudden, when I'm getting ready to go to bed at my usual hour, to wind down, then the sun comes out. It was beautiful last night.
It's just
Beautiful
irritating.
evening.
That's what happens in summer weekdays, especially when you don't have time to. Yeah, that's how it works. You know that. Come on, we've lived here long enough to know.
As soon as you have time to go to sleep, it's like, oh yeah, now I'll be nice.
I'm just happy that I didn't have to water the plants for one day.
True.
Oh my goodness.
Very good point.
I have a lot of them across like 3 different places that I take care of. I like plants quite a bit, but it was starting to get pretty tiring.
Yeah, and expensive, it sounds like.
That too, yeah. Good point.
It's 8:16, and the voice you hear is Zach East. He's from United Way of Southwest Michigan. He's here for the United We Thrive update. Thank you for coming in.
Absolutely.
It's good to see you.
You too.
What's happening?
One of the programs that United Way hosts, along with our friends at the Berrien County Health Department, the Southwest Michigan Planning Commission, and Corewell Health, is Be Healthy Berrien. Okay. You've heard our director, Dawn Marie Smith. She's come in the past to talk about the work that Be Healthy Berrien does in the community. The mission of Be Healthy Berrien as a program of United Way, we're kind of the fiduciary, the anchor for that program, and again, attached to all these stakeholders who have, a piece of the work that occurs in the area. But a lot of it was originally created to focus on reducing obesity in Berrien County and just doing things generally to help the environment, spaces, and all sorts of other things just be generally more accessible and healthier for people to enjoy, but also to kind of help connect people with their communities. And one of the ways in which the Be Healthy Berrien program has done that is the Community Leadership Academy. Okay. You might recall last year, or like late last year, we had a Benton Harbor cohort of the Community Leadership Academy. And those folks do what the cohort in Niles has done, and that is basically they get together in what is effectively about a 9-week community civic, leadership course of sorts, where they get to come up with and identify things in their community that they'd like to improve, and then create an actionable project around it.
Okay.
That's what's really neat about this.
That's great.
So the Niles cohort has been meeting over the last, I believe it's been 8 or 9 weeks down in Niles, and they are ready to present to the public and to municipalities and the stakeholders the project that they are going to work on, and theirs is community health focused. Okay. So they'll be talking about that on Wednesday night down in Niles, and the public is certainly welcome to join. From 6 to 7:30, we will be at Apotheca Teas in downtown Niles.
Love that place.
I do too. Yeah. I can't wait to just get down there and probably drink so much tea that I'm not going to go to sleep.
Well, just soak it up with some of their scones and the buttercream that they have.
Oh, yeah.
That's so good.
So there's going to be food, obviously. Yeah. We have some catering going on, but there will be a nice presentation from each of the community members who were part of this cohort who are going to present their parts of the project and what they're going to do to make sure that this project, has a life and lives forward and actually gets, developed and enveloped into a lot of the other community plans that exist, again, through the help of Corewell Health, Southwest Michigan Planning Commission, and the Berrien County Health Department, who also, of course, has a refreshed Niles office that will be talking with Guy Miller about, next week when they do a ribbon cutting. So it's going to be a big week in Niles. Yeah. And we invite anybody who's within that community, Niles, Buchanan, that area, to certainly be part of this, because it will be something that will, I think, be exciting to see, because any chance that I think people get, this is my personal opinion, any chance that people get to do something to better their communities and own it is really powerful. You get this sense of passion out of projects like that, especially when you meet your neighbors that want to do the same kind of work. Yeah. So that's what's so exciting about it, is we always have cohort members from the community who truly care and they want to do something. And no offense to the Facebook groups of the world, but they're actually getting out and doing something as opposed to just creating a post about it.
Right. It'd be a lot better if.
Yeah.
But the Community Leadership Academy, you talk about the cohorts, the groups that are going through. So does the cohort as a singular unit define what they're going to get to work on, or is it individuals within that?
It's a singular unit.
Okay.
So they come together, and the biggest part of those sets of weeks that they were together doing the work, from what I understand, I wasn't, there and a part of it deeply because Dawn Marie was very busy working on that project with our stakeholders. But yes, they get together and they take a lot of time to pull out the kinds of things that the community might need or might be interested in, what they are interested in addition to what, of course, Corewell, the Planning Commission, and the Health Department come to the table with things that they've identified. Yeah. And they try to look at all those things together and decide what is a project that, again, is the biggest part of putting a project together, no matter what it is usually not only is a goal attainable, but can it be sustainable, right?
Right.
We need to make sure we can continue it on. It's always great to put a project together with volunteers, but if you don't continue to have a path for having that live forward, the nicest playground in the world could be built if nobody keeps it up.
Yeah,
so we always want to keep that kind of stuff in mind.
That's amazing. Yeah. Okay, and so this is, we have to thank for this a number of different organizations, including Corewell Health and who else? Anybody else? The
Planning Commission here in Southwest Michigan, which covers Berrien, Cass, and Van Buren County. And again, the Berrien County Health Department. They have come together for, I think it's been, Be Healthy Berrien's been in existence as a program for, I believe, about 15 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
And Be Healthy Berrien is more than just the kind of work we're talking about with this Community Leadership Academy cohort. If you go to behealthyberrien.org, we actually have details on the different initiatives that exist, like the Healthy Corner Store initiative. You've probably heard in the past some of the work that Corewell and the other partners have done to put fresh fruits and vegetables in convenience stores and those sorts of things, especially where food deserts exist throughout Berrien County. And a lot of that has been here in the Benton Charter Township and Benton Harbor City area, where there tend to be more food deserts, unfortunately. So, but there's plenty of that work that goes around across the county. The other thing that we're going to be building into this website in the next month or two is that we're actually going to have sort of a healthy food farm to table and farm market directory that will be live in here as well.
Nice.
Yeah, so you'll get the chance to actually see a map of places that you could go to buy fresh fruits and vegetables besides the farmers markets that exist in Benton Harbor and St. Joe and occasionally in other places throughout the county. But also just making sure that you have resources at, again, convenience stores, dollar stores, grocery stores, and even some restaurants that serve farm to table food. Yeah. Mason Jar Cafe comes to mind as one of the best farm-to-table examples. I'm a little biased because I do all their commercials and I love them to death, but that was one of the initiatives that first put their organization together when they were putting that business together years ago. Their whole point was making sure everything was truly fresh. Yeah. That's no knock on everybody else that has a restaurant that doesn't have those things. But as you can see, there's a true difference in what happens usually with how long it takes to prepare those things. Yeah. They have probably 20 or 30 different vendors and farms they work with.
And you can taste the difference. You can taste the difference.
And that's the neat stuff that I know is kind of hidden and you just wouldn't normally be able to figure out if you went and Googled a place, right?
Yeah.
That kind of work that we'll continue to do as an organization, as a program at Be Healthy Berrien will certainly be something that we hope will help people quite a bit.
Okay, so you're invited. It's the Community Leadership Academy celebration honoring local change makers, made possible by the Michigan Health Endowment Fund, Corewell Health, Be Healthy Berrien, and United Way of Southwest Michigan. Again, that celebration is happening tomorrow, 6 p.m., Apotheca Teas at 222 East Main Street in Niles. And for more information on what's happening with the United Way or to contribute, get involved, volunteer, whatever you want to do, the website?
It is behealthyberrien.org or uwsm.org. And if you do want to come tomorrow, just make sure that you RSVP because, again, we've got catering that we need to.
Registration required to attend.
Yeah, but it is free, so please come.
Very good. All right. Zach East, United Way of Southwest Michigan, thank you very much for the update.
Thanks, Ken.
All right. It's 8:25.